Shit, I could have been anybody. Thank you, God. I'm blessed to know that I am him. Ooh. I completely understand why these niggas mad, motherfucker. I told you before. Why? Go get a bag, I sacrifice my blood, sweat, and tears for opportunities, speaking things into existence. True fruition, I can punch someone's clock for 20 years for a pension, or take a chance on myself and make a sound decision. Option number 2 sounds more I like it, cause with that choice, I can make my life more excited. These hoes got delusions of grandeur and don't motherfucking care. I don't motherfucking care. Aorta made by Frigidaire. Norfolk nigga, but on the globe I've been about everywhere. Factuals. Up-tempo still my favorite Nike Air. I love to wear. These niggas act like bitches. These bitches act like niggas. I just stay away from fuck shit and focus on my digits. Women lie, men lie, but the numbers don't pay attention. This recipe of mine is only from my kitchen. Lord knows I be chefing up, whipping, motherfucker, straightening this medicine. Here's your prescription. She loves the fact I speak with such precise diction, so the bird blew me down without a Twitter mention. Cold Perrier in the crystal glass on fizzle, playing Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation Fizzle. I command you to go get you some money, some words from Young Jizzle. I document my life whenever I decide to scribble. Pay these weak niggas and dust. In God I trust. I need that cheese in the bread, piece of the stuffed crust. My mind can move mountains. Neurologically I'm really clutch, like the black mamba in the 4th quarter with the shooter's touch. I got that killer instinct. Westbrook Russ, rule of thumb, if you ain't fucking her, my nigga, don't fuss. Save your energy, do something productive. You know what's up. Take some time for self and get you together. That's a must. Right. I'm so grateful, thank God. Thank God. 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 Yeah. What's good with y'all, man? OSD Live Reloaded, back again with another live stream. Appreciate each and every last one of you all for just supporting the channel, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Man, it's Monday. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. I know I am. Top of the week. You know how that go. But nevertheless, we made it. And again, looking forward to more good days the rest of the week, you know, because we all know how Mondays are. For some people, Mondays really give them an idea how their week gonna go, but I don't never look at the days like that because I know each day can be different. Of course, some days are going to be better than others, but for the most part, you're going to be okay. As long as you got your health. You know, you just got to find the positives in everything, honestly. But today, again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that I really wanted to discuss a while back, along with another topic. I kind of hinted towards it in a few live streams back when I was speaking about, you know, the afterlife, the book of Revelations, and just, you know, time that goes on when you know, when your number's called, you know, just things I think about, just random topics, of course. And I think about certain topics like these just to see how you are the audience, how you all feel as the audience and your thoughts as well. Because I know I'm not the only person that thinks about these things, you know. So, give me a second. Let me make sure I got the highlighter together. Shouts out to G Mama Body. What's going on? Appreciate you catching the live broadcast.
And shouts out to you. Factuals. Yeah. So to go back to what I was saying, the title, do likes and views have more value than money in 2025? Now, we always say attention is a hell of a drug and people do anything for attention. But when it comes to social media, does attention equal currency? Because we all know drama sells, sex sells, anything that can keep the audience engaged, it's going to sell. We know that right away. Shouts out to Mozart Reacts. What's up, G's? And I say 2025 because, of course, this is the present time that we living in. But as we see technology advancing each and every day, every year is something new, something going on. Attention, from what we've all seen, has become, well, has it technically become currency? Have people figured out a way that they can take attention and make dollars into it? Which I'm sure we've seen content creators do that as well. So I say all that to say this, like, and this is pretty much the premise of where I'm getting at. In today's world, people aren't just chasing dollars. They're chasing likes, views, and streams. But what happens when attention itself becomes the new money? Because we're seeing it. We're seeing it, and I'll just say YouTube. We're seeing it now. Just this platform, how content creators are taking their audience engagement or certain types of content that they do and turning it into currency, you know, pretty much capitalizing off of the material that they put out here on this particular platform. And of course, other social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, you name it, X. Is attention a new currency? I'll actually put that in the chat as well. I mean, I'll do a voting poll.
At KPMG.
I'll make a new voting poll, actually. Shouts out to everybody that's watching right now. Give me a second. Again, appreciate everybody that's just been supporting. Okay, voting poll in the chat. Get your vote on. Let me know your thoughts as we get into this topic, actually. Give me just a second to All right, we back. And as a side note, I'm loving the weather change. The way that fall is transitioning in from the summertime is just crazy. You know, that breeze is love. And I was catching a breeze on my way from work today. I was like, man, fall is pretty much here. And that's the quickest I've ever seen August go away. But back to what we was talking about. We're going to cover influence, monetization, mental health, and we'll do a little bit of future predictions as well. You know, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to gather your own future predictions just by the things that we discuss. So we could talk about the history of attention economy. And the history of attention economy, we got to first realize the definition of attention economy. Attention economy is a framework for managing and allocating the scarce resource of human attention in an environment of overwhelming information. Coined by Herbert A. Simon, it views attention as a valuable commodity that businesses, individuals, and other entities compete to capture and maintain, often through engagement with digital products and content. This competition leads to new economic models, especially in digital advertising, where revenue is generated by keeping users engaged and their attention focused on products and services. If you notice, again, too, the word attention economy was coined by Herbert A. Simon, which he made. Well, he pretty much made the word possible in 1971, which was really not that long ago. And it breaks down into, you know, different strategies used to keep an audience engaged, to be able to get some type of residuals from attention. Mrs. V, good evening to you. Appreciate you catching the live broadcast. So we got to think about this for a second. I said that he came up with the concept. Well, it's said that he came up with the attention economy concept in 1971, which was a chapter titled Designing Organizations for an Information-Rich World. It's about information. Anything that we ever done or will ever do, it'll always be about information and understanding what audience you're trying to target. And the more and more I'm just reading this and presenting this to y'all as well, I'm seeing how all this you can just apply to just social media in general, the digital age that we're living in. And again, 1971, a digital world wasn't even heard of, really. It wasn't no social media. It wasn't the small cell phones. It wasn't Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or any of those things. But to see that they've mentioned a digital world or an informational rich world, it says a lot. Some of his contributions, they say it was focusing on information overload. Just giving out information, whether a person can use it or not, just having the information out there and making attention as a scarce resource. A finite and valuable resource that is consumed by information. To get attention means it has to come with some type of information. Trisha, what's going on? Appreciate you catching the live broadcast. Thank you for pulling up. Shouts out to Trisha. Thank you, Trisha. And we have to think about, of course, the media outlets we had before social media, like TV, radio, newspapers, that relied on business models. So access to audiences' engagement. In newspapers, you could pay for a space to put your business model on. Radio, you could buy a block just to put your advertisement there. And of course, TVs, commercials, people actually putting their advertisement of whatever product they was trying to sell and put to the masses. They use that as a form of engagement to garner attention. And with that, in return, you would get credibility, building relationships with viewers, listeners, and readers. And mainly it was about the exposure, captivating an audience. It goes back to when they say you got to spend money to make money, selling advertisements, space and time, like I said, because people make time for what they want to make time for. And understanding, the audience you're speaking to, the demographics, building that trust, whatever it is that you're putting out there. So you have to create some type of attention. Two-Face, what's up, man? Appreciate you catching the live broadcast. Even now, these forms of outlets, these media outlets are still being used today. Still people reading newspapers. They still have newspapers out there, even though you can get a newspaper or read a newspaper online. Radio, some people still read the radio. Still listen to the radio, even though they have satellite radio, all different types of variations of it. And TV. Now, some people may use their TV for social media, but it's still people that watch local TV where you have advertisements, commercials, things where companies and businesses or individuals is trying to garner some type of attention for a business model that they want to present to the masses. Fast forward, I've already mentioned social media platforms, X, Instagram, YouTube, all different types of platforms that can be used for people to get attention just by opening up their phone, and bam, there they are. Instant shift in the game right away, potentially making anybody a millionaire. To garner 1 million views, or however you look at it, it's an outlet that you can use without having to take up space like the traditional way of media outlets, newspapers, radios, TVs, where you can just open your phone and be that instant connect. It said, reminds me of when Carson had water on Walmart sneakers and they started selling out. Walmart raised the price. Yeah, exactly. His influence, especially now in 2025, is just as good as money. So when I raised the question, is attention equaling money? That's something that can actually support that case, because you see now influencers using their influence to turn things into just to currency, businesses, whatever they got going on. It's no limits. It's really no limits. And that's actually, one of the, and shouts out to Mozart Reacts, that's actually one of the talking points that I had, the attention converting into real money, brand deals, ad revenue, sponsorships, all these things that I'll just say YouTube, the platform itself, offers, with your channel, if you're a niche influencer or a niche content creator that does a particular a piece of material on your page or your channel, they have brand deals for that. Especially if you have like a sports channel, you having a sports channel, you'll be able to, tap into more of the brand deals that align with that, whether they might have companies that might want to, shoot out products to you, have them try them out, want you to do videos, sing you merchandise. Hey, we got this going on. Boom, that's an opportunity. Sponsorships, you doing videos, and again, them sending out products to you to put out to your audience. And of course, networking, especially if it's a company that's looking to expand and reach another demographic. That's when all these things start coming into play when it comes to just attention. Them seeing that certain content creators get a certain amount of attention that they can use as leverage as well to push whatever business model that they have, making attention turn into currency. And with everything, there's always a dark side to attention, and being a content creator or influencer. It's always a dark side to everything. It's pros and cons to everything. And in this case, mental health, it costs. Mental health definitely costs. Everything could be in the up and up. The influence, the ad revenue, the brand deals, sponsorships, all that great thing. Those are great. Don't get me wrong. Those are all great. And it brings me back to what I've said in past live streams when I said you have to have balance, though. You have to have a sense of balance where your reality and social media social media life can't overtake your reality, because those things can lead to a whole laundry list of just problems and things that you never thought that you would ever face. So balance is always important, but mental health is even more important. People speak about mental health all the time now, and it's very, very important that you just tapped in to things that you got going on, taking a break, stepping away from the computer, going outside, spending time with loved ones, because things can be overwhelming, especially when you've reached certain plateaus of influence. Addiction to validation being one of the things that can happen. People feeling the need that they have to validate themselves online. Attention, of course, we said I definitely can see how attention equals currency, yes. But you also have influencers and content creators that's still striving to obtain that particular level of having attention, their level of attention reaching currency. So it can lead to addiction to validation, where they're seeking validation from the viewers of who they are as a person, because they've become lost in the entity that they've became on a social media platform, that they've lost their way. They don't know who they are as a person. They don't know who they are as a person. It's sad to see, but it's also a real thing that it can really happen. I've seen it up here. People, and not only content creators just looking for validation from their audience, content creators looking for validation from other content creators. They don't feel complete unless somebody gives them a pat on the head and tell them that they're doing a good job, instead of taking that same energy to try to seek validation and applying it to self and doing what they got to do to be the best version of themselves they can be while staying true to self and understanding that all the hard work that they putting in won't go in vain because they understand what they're doing it for. So an addiction to seek validation is definitely real. Comparison that's another thing. A lot of influencers and content creators feel the need that they have to compare their success to the next content creator or influencer when you're really supposed to be moving at your own speed. You definitely should be moving at your own speed. Everybody's measure of success is different. You can't measure your own success next to the next content creator or influencer. You got to do things at the beat of your own drum. That's the only way it's going to ever work. You have content creators who model their channels or material after another content creator because they feel that they see that content creator having a certain amount of success that it'll work for them too. So let's do the same thing, a carbon copy, cookie cutter. Let's do the same thing they're doing, when that's not the case at all. Because what may work for one person may not work for you. That's why having a niche is important. That's why originality is important. You have to set up foundation for yourself. You can't build a foundation like the next content creator or the next person or the next influencer. You have to create that for yourself. That's the only way things will work for you. That's the only way. And the need to try to compare yourself or compare your success to the next person, that's what's going to always drive you to have an addiction to validation. See, those two kind of tie in, because you're trying to compare yourself to try to get that type of validation from the next person when you should be validating yourself. I say this all the time in my videos. You should be validating yourself. And the people that support you, they're going to support you. They're going to support you. If they like your material, they're going to support you. They are most certainly going to support you. G Mama Body said facts. Mrs. V said factuals. It's clones. It's definitely clones. Mozart Reacts says big facts. Yeah, you're gonna have an audience. People like what they like. People resonate with the content that they resonate with. They listen to whatever they listen to. They watch whatever it is that they watch. You just have to stay true to your material. You can't measure your success to the next content creator. You got to be yourself. And one other important factor that can happen is getting burnt out, which can definitely happen. Getting burnt out when you feel you have to put out so much material to reach a certain level or a certain amount of success, when really, and I don't want to say it's about it in a way, it's about quality over quantity, but I don't knock people that put quantity over quality, because sometimes the people that put out quantity over quality, sometimes the quantity can be all quality, especially if they're original. I done seen people put out a mass amount of content, but it was quality because of just their originality and their mindset and just how they viewed their material and how they spaced it out and put it out there. So people always say it's always better to do quality over quantity. I agree. It is definitely important to do that. I'm never knocking that. But if you are a person that's original and have the capability to put out quantity and still have quality, go for it. But understand you have to always do things at your own pace. You always have to do things at your own pace. Because what good would it do to try to put out a mass amount of material if it's not quality? You know, the viewers not really following it, or it's lackluster, that it won't grab people's attention to potentially turning into currency, because that's the goal, right? Being a content creator, being an influencer, the goal is to turn attention into currency. Opportunities. The opportunities is what brings the currency. Michael Ben, what's up, man? Appreciate you catching the live broadcast. But you can definitely get burnt out. You can most certainly get burnt out. That is something that can most certainly happen to content creators that feel that they have to put out a mass amount of material to try to play keep up, or compare themselves, or seek validation. You get burnt out that way. And we have to also be aware of the illusion of success. And when I say the illusion of success, what you see on social media, us living in this digital age, understanding attention economy, people using certain strategies to capture their audience. It not only works on people that's watching material or watching advertisements from businesses, companies, or individuals. It can happen to companies, businesses, individuals, content creators, influence. It can happen to anybody. People, now just say content creators, can see another content creator getting millions of views, just a whole lot of views on videos when they put them out, and be under the notion that the content creator has just as amount of dollars as views. They think that their views, that million views or however many views, thousands of views, equals thousands of dollars and millions of dollars, when that might not be the case. In some cases, it's not the case. Because views do equal money. I'm not going to say views don't equal money, but the illusion of success, where people think that millions of views equals millions of dollars, it's not the case. It's not the case. It's not the case at all. Michael Ben said, if you got to sell out, you'll find no way out. That's factuals. And I agree. Quality will always trump quantity. Always. I agree with that. But I have seen instances where a person that's putting out quality in a quantity format is gold too. But most certainly always move at your own pace and put out the best material possible that you can put out, and stay true to that. Then we have to think about short-term attention versus long-term credibility. Those instant viral moments that will last forever, because that's how people will look at you. Or those moments in videos in general where you've garnered some attention and people will know you for that. That's why it's always good to just be mindful of the material that you put on the internet, because that will lead to long-term credibility, because videos don't go anywhere. Videos do not go anywhere. Once it's up, it's up. Yeah, how much they pay you for ads attributes to the quality of the content. That is factuals. Because certain ads be on certain videos, especially YouTube. And I'm just speaking about YouTube. And that's just something I observed. So that is true. But yeah, short-term attention versus long-term credibility. You know, as content creators, we always have to be mindful of the material that we put up here. You know, you could try to delete videos or whatever the case, put them on private. But once it's on the internet, somebody saw it and it's up. You know, so always think about credibility and what it is that you want to see your direction. You want the direction of your channel to go in with your material. We already are getting familiar now. Well, it's been out for some years, but we know about NFTs, micro communities. Do you believe that attention going to fragment even more, making niche influence stronger than mass fame? Because we see where niche influence is going. Just us being on YouTube, you know, all these different content creators flourishing in their different niches. It's definitely going to produce some type of mass fame, some type of notoriety. We've seen it now. We seeing big content creators, live streamers getting some type of mass fame from just niche influence. Again, proving the case that attention can equal currency. Could attention one day literally replace money through social credit systems? And when I seen that question, I was like, well, it put me in a mind frame of that Black Mirror episode. In the Black Mirror episode that I'm referring to is it's Nosedive. I want to say it was season 3, episode 1. It was called Nosedive, where you had the woman going around trying to pretty much absorb clout from different people to who she believed had status to raise her rating as an influencer, only to find out at the end that none of that stuff meant anything. It was all about a quality of life. Because at the end, she literally crashed out trying to obtain some type of influence that she thought she needed to be liked by other people that don't even like themselves or like other people. So that question right there put me in a mind frame of Nosedive. And that's why I like Black Mirror, because Black Mirror, the way that they have those plot twists, it makes you think. And that question was definitely one of those questions that put me in a mind frame of that episode. Could attention one day literally replace money through social credit systems? And they had social credit systems where they had their phone. You could scan the person in front of you. You could see how many stars they were. Was it worth speaking to them? All those different types of things. And that's what that particular question put me in a mind frame of. But what's your thoughts? Do y'all believe that? Oh yeah, those ads definitely help build your community, because you can not only do the audience see the quality of material you're putting out, but the advertisements that YouTube is willing to put behind your material because you're putting out a certain type of material. You said like fake fights and pull-ups are taking it too far. Yeah, it is. It really is. It really is. And it's only so long before that will be able to sustain, before people get tired of that. Yeah, that episode was wild. And the thing about that episode was that she had people in her journey of life telling her that she should focus on her life and how she want her life to go. And she ignored it because she was just so fascinated with the concept that she could move amongst people that was 5 stars and have a certain type of life if she obtained 5 stars. That was pretty much the example of, you can bring a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. That's what that episode reminded me of. So the question that I want to pose to the audience and everybody that's watching right now, even people that's going to watch the playback, and you can write your responses down in the comments section. And if you're watching right now in the chat, or you just watching from the bushes or the clouds, wherever your preference is to watch this material, the question that I wanted to pose to you all is, if attention is really the new currency, how are you investing yours? I'll say it again. If attention really is the new currency, how are you investing yours? That's the question that I want to pose to you all. I definitely appreciate this conversation with y'all too. You know, this is a topic that I wanted to talk about for a while. I could have done an upload, but I'd rather done a live stream. Something real time. Something that people can relate to in real time. Of course, you can relate to it if it was an upload as well, but the interaction was much better. And I always like the audience engagement. And the question again is, if attention really is the new currency, how are you investing yours? And with that, I'm going to look at the voting poll. Let's see. The voting poll, I asked, does attention equals currency? I'll close out the poll. We'll close out the poll right now. All right. I've closed out the poll. Let's see. Waiting on the results now. Well, actually, okay, I closed out the poll. I asked, does attention equals currency? 54% said yes, while 45% said no, with a poll completion of 11 votes. And I can see how someone says no. And I definitely can see how someone says yes. Because the points that I pretty much made from a content creator and influencer viewpoint, you can definitely take attention and make it currency, which leads to opportunities. Definitely very close. That lets me know that was a good question. That definitely lets me know it was a good question. That's very close. It definitely lets me know it was a good question. And I appreciate everybody that voted on the voting poll, because I'm always interested to know your thoughts of the topics and how you view things, because that's content as well, whether you agree or disagree. And before I get out of here, I already closed the voting poll. But of course, before I get out of here, I want to leave an open line of communication. I always want to leave an open line of communication. So give me just a second. For anybody want to share their thoughts and opinions, this portion of the live stream, this segment of the live stream is for you, the audience, to put a voice with your words and hit the link. Okay, so the StreamYard link is in the chat. Two-Face said 6 to 5. Michael Ben said, if you're going to be honest, you got to say that Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian are the architects of this. Yeah. Yep. A whole lot of influencers definitely was able to take attention and make it currency. The way that social media is shaped today has proven just that, actually. Test 1 2. Okay, StreamYard link is open. I'm gonna give it a minute before we close it out, but I definitely again wanted to talk about this particular topic. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, the StreamYard link is open. Mozart Reacts said, I've made good money off the way social media works currently. I ain't mad at it. Yeah. When I see that question, is attention the new currency? I have to agree. Especially the way social media has shaped, the world and made everything so accessible that you can pretty much make money off the internet. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you, Mozart. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it one bit. Social media brings opportunities. It's just all about how you capitalize off of it. Some content creators understand that, and there's some that don't. It's just forms of just understanding attention economy. Attention economy. If you don't remember anything from this live stream, remember attention economy. It's a digital age. All right, I gave the StreamYard link a minute or two. I'm going to go ahead and close that one out. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody that's been supporting the channel, whether it's leaving a comment underneath the comment section, to hitting the like button, and of course, donating. I just want to say thank you and I appreciate you. The channel is growing tremendously. I love it. I love the direction it's going. We're going to continue to have different topics like this where we discuss. It's a great thing. You know, I'm just sharing my thoughts. Of course, I want to hear from you all. That's why I give the open lines of communication like I do. And I definitely appreciate you all. Really do. Really do. Really appreciate y'all. Michael Ben said the great thing about it is that it has opened a lot of opportunities for some people. It really has. Mozart React says it's like you said, niche is king. Having multiple platforms for different topics is the way to go. Absolutely. Shakira, History News. What's up? Shakira, History News in the building. Appreciate you catching a live broadcast. But yeah, I definitely appreciate each and every last one of you all in the chat. Shouts out to the moderators. Shouts out to the current and new members. Shouts out to the current and new subscribers. Again, like I said, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different topics on this channel. Just want to put out the information. And just like I read about attention economy for you all too, you know, information is everything. You know, to get the attention and put the information out, you'll be good. You'll always find success. Content creators and influencers move at your speed. You can't measure your success to the next person's success. You don't know the work that they had to put in to get to where they got to. So you got to put your own work in. Never mind that. You got to do what you got to do to reach the goals that you set out for yourself. That's the only way it'll ever work. Originality conquers all. You say, I found out I've been on YouTube 3 years. My niche is history. Yeah, because once you have a niche and you flourishing in that, YouTube is definitely going to continue to push out your videos and put them in front of people that's looking for that particular niche that you're putting out, and put you in that realm of other content creators that's doing like-minded material. Because YouTube algorithm is ran by the viewership, what people are watching. That's why you get certain videos recommended to you on your home screen. YouTube understands the assignment. Most certainly. But definitely shouts out to all the content creators and influencers that understand what's going on and staying true to self and their material and not losing their way and staying focused, because that's key. May you have much success. Appreciate everyone that's watched this video. Appreciate everybody that's been supporting me. Thank you. Until next time, this is OSD Live Reloaded, speaking about attention economy and also raising the question, if attention really is the new currency, how are you investing yours? Go.
The way I'm coolin' out, I make it look professional. Baby boo, she match my drip so everything will go. Accumulating funds, get you some factuals. I've been dope, they can tell it I'm a natural. Listen baby, I know what to do with it. I know what to do, baby, I know what to do with it. I know what to do, baby, I know what to do with it. I know what to do, baby, I know what to do with it. Time for black orchids in it. I've been dope since the beginning, focused on winning. I got a vision, moving with more precision. Instead of talking, I pay attention, listen for understanding, and then respond. That's the difference. Purple ashes from extendos, looking like elbows. Steaming vegetables, baby, can you roll another one? Now we grooving like I told you when my song run. Cooling out, catching vibes, collecting my funds, collecting my cheese, collecting my ends. Listen, I need that right now. Factual. I don't want it to stop, no room to pretend I know I'ma win. Yeah, I need that right now. Factual, baby, I'ma act a fool with it. I'm so Norfolk in the dead stocks, ties fitted. I ain't worried about the bullshit, I'm never tripping. The way I bring presence, you can tell I'm hella gifted. The way I'm coolin' out, I make it look professional. Baby boo, she match my drip so everything will go. Accumulating funds, get you some factuals. I've been dope, they can tell it I'm a natural. Listen baby, I know what to do with it. I know what to do, baby, I know what to do with it. I know what to do, baby, I know what to do with it. I know what to do, baby, I know what to do with it. Completing the objective is what I'ma do. Stay progressive in my lane is exactly what I'ma do. I know what I got, I can't play no games. This life is precious. I don't believe in losses, them life lessons. If you want change, then you gotta rearrange array of things. Make time for your passion, draw up some plays. When I told you I know what to do with it. This beat is cool as shit and I know how to groove with it. If they talk, let them talk. It's obvious you the shit and they mad. That's their way of telling you they fucks with you. It's official, protect your energy at all costs. If they're upset with your honesty, then that's their loss. So many Haribo gummy bears like I got a stock in them. I'll take an endorsement since we talking quite often. The recipe be getting copied. It never works, the ingredients can't be copied. The way I'm coolin' out, I make it look professional. Baby boo, she match my drip so everything will go. Accumulating funds, get you some factuals. I've been dope, they can tell it I'm a natural. Listen baby, I know what to do with it. I know what to do, baby, I know what to do with it. I know what to do, baby, I know what to do with it. I know what to do, baby, I know what to do with it.